that's kind of what we'd have to do, really.
That's tight enough there. So let's switch her around and do that again. Same thing on this side right here. But first, so that I can turn that right there, I'm gonna put that thing on there. That ball holder. This is what we was going to use, and find out which is the big hole and which is the little one. How far it goes in there. See, it didn't go for right there, so it didn't come out that way. So this right here, and hold that piston over there, don't scar it. Put that right up like that, so you know the big hole is to the top. And this thing right here, the same story on that. But I grounded on that right there, so I'm going to file that. You know. It needs to be dressed up a little. No more than that right there. Just enough to take that. It was a couple of grinder marks there, you know. I take full responsibility for it. But, that's good to go. And you remember that was the little end when we grounded that off, so it goes like this, turn it upside down. Trivial, but necessary.
In 1930, were they using gasket sealer on these engines, you think?
Well, it would have been the Indian head glue. Right. Yeah. Oh, you mean when they put it at the factory or something?
Or just any time.
Yeah, they would have been that Indian head shellac. And that was pretty much standard fare. If you had a car, you had some shellac tar patching kit, because it was forever in that time patching a tar on the side of the road. My grandpa's up to point of my grandpa. It would be your great grandpa. Lived at London, Kentucky, I think. And from where we lived, it was 100 miles down there. And there was one thing, it was for sure on every trip would have, I have seen them have 3 spare tires on the car, on top of it, strapped down with a rope, mounted up, ready to go, and we would use them up before we would get down there and have to fix them down at Grandpa's house to make the trip back home.
Wow.
Yes.
Was the tires just
oh yes, quality? Terrible bad tires. You know, that was the times everybody was in the same predicament. I doubt my daddy ever seen a new tar in all his life.
Yeah.
You know, it was a poor time. People was poor. Yeah. It would be your grandpa, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And he didn't go. It's probably where John takes it after.
Yeah.
He didn't. He didn't go to school.
Yeah.
But he could figure stuff. And he always carried a little short pencil in his pocket. And he bought and sold trees. You know, he would come here and he would cut your tree down, right, and bring it down there to sawmill and sell it to that man. and he would have to figure how many board foot was in that log, and he would measure it, you know. He would measure it, and then and by the time at some point in time there, if you went up to the scale house when he sold it and went in, they had an adding machine that added that up. Right. And Daddy would be right exactly on it every time. Mm-hmm. And if he was in there and they had a question about it, by the time the dude could figure it out with the adding machine, Daddy would have it done with a pencil. Mm-hmm. You know, because a couple of board foot in them times would make you or break you.
Right.
Okay, on the list of parts here, we have to add. We actually replaced one of these little things right here that goes in there. No, we did two of them. One was missing, and we replaced the other one. So, you know, you have to have them. So, but every time you use a part up, it's a part you ain't got. You know, there comes a time when you can't fix the person's engine.
Well, you gotta continue buying them rusty old junkers to get the parts off of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I might have to get it in gear on the engine side of things. Summertime's coming up. Engine shows. And I got to drag you out to an engine show somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to bring a table and a chair and a bunch of pencils, so, you know. And some engines.
We'll put that glue on this and this time up here, and it make it a little easier. Oh, there's a show around here, or is he talking about Laurel, Mississippi? Somebody already mentioned the engine show on the comment.
Yeah, see, I'm ready. You just let me know. I'll figure it out how I can go.
I'm gonna have to go to Arkansas, so.
Well, I know that. Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, actually, the last week or so actually ain't gained their loss on account of this rain. Mm-hmm. You know.
Couldn't have moved none.
Oh, I done some laundry over there today. And that washing machine, the first time I used it, I thought, man, whew, Lord. That washing machine don't have no stir around thing in it. It's got I think it's an air compressor because it goes it's a commercial grade. That's the reason they marked the thing down, I believe. But anyways, I've been using it, and I think on the get-go, the first of it was, it probably had iron lines and all that kind of stuff. But the first load was a disaster. I thought, man, I'm going to be stuck with this the rest of my life. And anyways, I've been using it a lot. And I kind of like it now. But you have to put a lot of clothes in there. It don't like small loads in there.
Well, get the most out of your water, I guess.
Yeah, that's the principle of it. Which I'm okay on not using too much water. Okay, we got that on there, and it just, do the, like a 2 or 3 finger action there. We got the glue there, the little cutouts right there, everything's right. We squirted some oil in yonder, so let's bolt her down. See, basically, you got a short block right here. Rebuilt.
Yeah, so we could do it like, 4 or 5 of them up to that point. And then you'd have them on standby when somebody sent their engine to rebuild. You'd already have a short block made up.
But some of these old engines has sentimental value on it. You have to rebuild that one special,
And on them certain ones, you just keep it the same.
Yep.
And you're right about that. They do.
But I think this right here is a good match on these parts. Maybe the same year model even. Well, it is. We didn't change. We didn't change this. Just the pistons and rod. So, but see, it's already getting to be expensive to do this. This ain't cheap. Cause you got the gasket kit already penciled in there, and a new. No, that was a used taper pen, but a different one. If you was doing a job, you'd have to charge for taking that old one out, beating it up, and destroying it. You'd have to charge for that. That's on labor. And also, then you'd have to sell the person or buy them one somewhere. That kind of deal to replace it. So
yeah, that's right. We can handle that.
It's a lot of work.
Well, it's part of it.
Yeah.
And we could document every one of them that we got back running.
But see, this one has a full set of these aluminum washers on it and a full set of correct bolts. So when I said that, the next thing that went across my mind was them brass bolts. Whew. I'm not going. That's all I'm going to say about that. Whew. Man. Do you have engines got brass bolts on it? One you bought?
No. And if it did, I'd probably take them off. Lay them aside.
Yeah.
For a craft project or something.
If a person did one right, it would be pretty. And when I say that is to do it right, you would have to do every nut and bolt on it of the same kind. Not have an Allen screw here and.
Well, if I was going to do it and I wanted brass bolts on my engine, I'd take original bolts and get them dipped in some brass.
Okay, see, turning that, I'm going to put some oil down in there and down in there. But turning this.
Is it hard to turn?
No, I think it's okay. I mean, it's got the drag of the piston. I mean, the rings. A couple minutes running and it'll. But with a light hone, that's what you want. Yeah, it's pretty good. Good engine. Really good. And you can look right down in there and see if the pistons is installed correctly in your engine. But if there's any question about it, turn it upside down and figure out which way the exhaust pipe goes on there with the gas tank. Goes like that. So the exhaust pipe would go like this right here. And when you bolt this on here, you're good to go. That's the way it works. Because if you do enough of them, and you're not paying attention, you'll put one on there backwards.
I'm trying to catch up to you.
Have you got a good crankshaft?
Yeah, I'm getting her done. About break time, boy, ain't it? I know it is for you. We've been at it for a while. Yeah, you longer than that.
What time is it?
Might be noon.
Oh, you mean a food break?
Well, yeah.
I had gravy and biscuits this morning.
Oh, you alright then, ain't you?
I come back the other way. I think I ought to start stopping at these stores and see what they got. So I come back the other way, and the little grocery up there has got gravy and biscuits.